When somebody has been in the industry for a long time, they don't want to see anybody new come in. They don't want to see anybody new get any attention because that means the opportunities are being taken away from them. And that's when you see them start to hate.
He can't say that.
Sir, you can't
Is he
say that.
allowed to say
I'll
that?
say it louder.
Here we have a post from X from Big Business. It says, Elliott Wilson admits he hate rappers turned podcasters. He feels like they're taking away spotlight and access as a journalist. He also says Cameron is acting like the next Stephen A. Smith and it annoys him.
And those people that could do great interviewers are now becoming the media.
Yes. Everybody's media. Summer Walker's media. Cameron's running like he's Stephen A. Smith. It's what we're dealing with.
Why are you saying like he's Stephen A? Why he not running around like Cameron?
He's
See,
Cameron to be that.
That's what people be mad at you about when you say shit like that.
Which I think he should lean
That
into.
was
Be the
hate.
old
That was
villain.
hate, OD. That was hate.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I think people be mad at you.
Oh, it's hate.
Cam is running
hate.
around like he's Stephen A. Smith. No,
why
Cam
is he support journalists? Because he has an opinion? Why?
But
Him and Mace have proved to have a good opinion that
he
people
got
care
Mace
about.
having a job and really like check because the bag is
He was
there.
a pastor.
But Elliot, you don't think that we all come from?
His first point is, why is he considered media? Cameron. I don't know why he targeted Cameron specifically. I feel like there's something deeper there. I don't know the history between them. I don't know if there's history between them, but it feels like something there. He didn't go too deep on Summer Walker when he mentioned her, but he decided to do a deep dive on Cameron. So there's something underlying that Elliott Wilson is feeling in his heart. And he admitted it himself. It's hate. He doesn't like to see people that started in one field transition to do something that he was doing, journalism, even though he's not a sports journalist. He just doesn't like, for whatever reason, that Cameron is doing it.
The culture of we all sit around in our neighborhoods, in front of our buildings,
But
in the
Mom, don't
barbershop.
make you a journalist.
But I'm just saying, we all sit around in our groups with our friends
Exactly.
and talk about
Our
sports,
opinions, yes.
music. That's
Absolutely.
all. That's all these guys are doing right now.
But that's not fair. Is Shannon Sharp a journalist?
No, but that's the
Or does he
easier
have
bridge.
experience from it?
That's where the athlete becomes the media. That's the easier Charles Barkley. That's easier transition.
So why is it easier for the athlete but not the artist?
It's not easier, but I don't like it because like you imagine like this is the shit I do well, and not everybody want to do it, and they get the
So you
celebrity off that
don't
shit.
like it because you feel like they're not coming to the journalists to have these conversations.
I'm real with that.
Which affects your
the
bottom
best I
line.
ever do is me with that. So then you want to be that off celebrity or what? So I can talk about that. I don't like that shit, and not be a hater.
Yeah.
It's reality.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You don't like it because you don't think they're good at it?
I know I'm better at it.
Okay.
It's me. It's my life.
Okay.
But Elliot, what
Imagine
would
it.
make you better at it? Because in this day and age, it's just not about getting the information right. It's about who's more entertaining. So who are you to say I'm better at this than them when what
I'll
they're
prove
looking
it to you.
for
I'm better than you.
completely
Like I'm the best. I'm more informed.
Are you better at telling a story? Are you better
100%.
at getting accurate
They're not
information?
better. Like that shit cringeworthy. I watch that shit. It's not good.
Yo,
Shit ain't
But
popping.
this-
it ain't popping.
I don't agree.
This takes-
What's the camera interview? Was like, yo, Cameron really asked the questions. Like, what are you talking about? No.
But what interview did Cam take away from something of let's say we're the hip hop ilk? Even if Maul and I aren't journalists, we're still in hip hop media. You are a hip hop journalist. What interview did Cam take away from us?
They have celebrity has access to different things that I may not have. And again, I do feel like they underperform.
See, I think I have to.
Elliott Wilson is a hip hop journalist. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it's important context. He's saying that he doesn't like when people come into the space because it's the space that he dominates or he dominated and opportunities are being taken away from him. That's directly hating. That's vitriol in your heart for the next man because you are not able to compete at the level that you were competing at before. They're taking the time and attention away from what you could be doing or what you were doing, and it's going to them now. Specifically regarding Cameron, though, I'm not understanding what his point is because Cameron, from what I know, the podcast that him and Mace have, It Is What It Is, it's a sports podcast. It's not even directly hip hop, right? Like Drink Champs or Rory and Maul or whatever. I'm not watching It Is What It Is. I'm personally not in their audience, but I've seen clips of what they do. And for the most part, I understand it to be a sports podcast. They're talking about basketball, football, sports. I know they talked about boxing and Shakur Stevenson last year. It seems like there's an underlying issue. Like Elliott Wilson is not happy that Cameron was able to find success in another avenue outside of hip hop, outside of his main breadwinner, which everybody knows him for, was rapping. That he's able to transition it and create a podcast that money is still coming in from that and Elliott Wilson is not able to do that. That's what it seems like to me, but let's continue on with the content.
I have to push back there because you have had 25 years of relationships with publicists, PR interviews. The three majors where Cam is a celebrity and has, relationships for him being in the game for 30 years. But you have direct relationships with the majors that the rest of the podcasting world never had. So you still do have that. I think we have to go back to the period at the end of the sentence of what the fans want. And with Cam or Young Miami, maybe they just want to be entertained. With Kai, they just want to be entertained. They don't want to be informed. They don't want to be informed.
The access goes to them above me. That's the problem I have. That's what it comes down to. You see what I'm saying? Because it seems sexy, like, yo, Cam's the sports reporter now. Hey, woo,
okay,
woo.
but let's not act like that's not always been hip hop or entertainment at the time. We've seen things that were hot and then failed immediately, but at that time, that was the hot shit that people went to.
And
that's like any genre.
They don't have to fail. It's all good. They can do their thing. I'm just saying, like, yo, I'm a competing. I want a shot. I'm in this. I'm still here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to compete.
But that goes back.
But now you sound like the old nigga in the park that don't get picked up no more.
And I don't want to be that. You're right.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that you are that because
it's all good.
I know your work. I'm from New York City. I know Elliott Wilson's work.
My nigga.
But I do understand at the same time, like, there was a time where what I was into growing up, my parents.
Oh, man. Straight from the horse's mouth. He said the opportunities are going to them over me and I want to compete. But he's got to remember the people that Rory brought up. Cassinet, Cameron on It Is What It Is. These are people that built these platforms and they're having whatever success, whoever they're interfacing with on these platforms, are off the back of their work. If Elliott Wilson wants to get out and compete, he wants to have the opportunity to have whatever conversations and attention that these people are having, then maybe he should go build something off the back of his own work where people can come to. What's unique about the podcasting space over traditional radio or traditional media in general is podcasting is more personal. You can see somebody go on something like Joe Rogan or Joe Budden or Cassinet, and you get to see who they are, right? When you're going on Cassinet, he's tailoring to a different audience. So they're playing it up a bit. It's a bit more dramatized or whatever because they're appealing to a younger audience. They're not looking to be media trained and go on and put on a specific face. They're going to have a human-to-human interaction with somebody that may or may not be media trained, but just wants to see a normal everyday side of them. So Elliott Wilson is saying, I want to have those opportunities, but you have not built the platform yourself for the people to come to be able to take off their jacket of feeling like they're being watched and judged and the content has to be curated in a certain way. When you go on a podcast, it's you or Mike and your thoughts. Much like him going on Rory and Maul, he's having a conversation with them. But the difference is he's not chastising them for the platform that they built. He's chastising, for whatever reason, Cameron specifically. Even to his point that Cameron has 25 years, 30 years of connections, so people are going to gravitate towards him more. Even if he had these connections, if he wasn't personable, if people didn't like him, it says more about you if the people that you want to interface with are not coming to speak to you. Because they have the opportunity. And that's on you or whatever you have or haven't done over the course of your career. We know it's been a long, lengthy career and applaud you for that. But because the attention is not on him anymore, or as much as he would like, he's not liking that other people are able to pivot and come into the space and have the success that he once had. That's just my opinion though. It looks like hating from a dude that used to shine bright, and over time he's lost a little bit of that fire. And shout out to the woman that was on the podcast or on the panel because she was calling it out in real time. She was saying, yo, you're hating. Who are you to say what is or what is not popping? If you like the video, like the video. Subscribe to me back here for the next conversation. And if you have thoughts, if you think legacy media should be out in the forefront and podcasts have gotten too far reaching, let the world know. This is the place for discourse. Till next time. Peace.